Taurus, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for mid-October. We're going to talk about your recent past, your current energies, and what you may not see coming. Thank you for tuning in, for sharing this time with me today. Let's get started. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Taurus. Let's see what's going on. We're going to pull from the Mystic Forest Oracle first, see what the energy frequency is. Ooh, the door is open. The door is open. I feel like you're walking into an enchanted place where there's a softness. Doesn't that look like a soft, vulnerable place you're being pulled toward? It could be within you. It could be outside of you. Something feels really gentle here. It just in the imagery alone, very magical. Pure intention can open doors in the universe and make the impossible possible. Believe deeply in goodness, Taurus, and watch the magic happen. Watch the magic happen. Look at that. That looks like a magical doorway. You could be going through some sort of portal, and the universe is saying, the door is open, Taurus. Are you going to walk through it? I'm going to leave that out just so I can remember. All right, let's get into the familiar's way. I'm going to be working with the animal kingdom. See what kind of messages these animals have for you. All right. One more shuffle. Ooh. Definitely been learning from an ending, a recent ending. We have the Ten of Swords and the surrendered perspective, the Hanged Man. See overall general energy. That was your surface energy. It's something that you're still carrying a little bit. Wow. These want to come together here. I don't know if that was a slip up, but we have Leo energy showing up, strength. As you can see, she's staring into the face of the lion. And lion medicine has a lot to do with bravery, courage. Embracing fears. And it has to do with something that you are stabilizing. King of Pentacles. It's you. You feeling stable in self. Relying on your inner strength to carry you. This is moose medicine. I love moose. So this is about gentleness, peace, living in harmony. That's what the moose does. It lives in harmony with its community. I mean, look how happy he is. He's like, look at what I've created in my life. It's a matter of pride, too, of feeling good about where you are. I feel like you're perfectly poised. You could be happy with some results in your career lately. It's a lot of compassion that you're showing yourself. I love seeing that energy. It's beautiful energy. I don't know why I keep holding that doors open. It's like the universe the universe is holding the door open for you. And I think you're walking through, and it's taking a little bit of courage, but you've got your eyes on something long term. Something that's here to stay. It could be career goals. Let's see. Now they're guiding me to shuffle more. All right, let's go into your recent past, Taurus. You're showing up in a beautiful energy. Ooh, recent past, we have the King of Wands. Currently, we have Temperance. And then in the immediate future, we have the Five of Cups. Ooh, you got a lot of emotions coming in the future. This recent past, I think it's about you embodying this balanced perspective. We have the red panda showing up with the moose here, and the red panda is about your integrity and about your visionary qualities. It feels like there's something in the past that you were learning from how you dealt with the things you were drawn to. And now you're trying to flow in a state of balance. Swan energy. These are two soulmates dancing. It's the blending of two energies. I'm not sure if this is between you and your career or you and another person. You are moving through some sort of loss, some sort of sadness. It's something that I feel like it comes and goes. But this is the jellyfish. Let's talk about the swan medicine. The swan medicine is about moving with grace through any kind of stress that you could be feeling, and it feels internal to me. It feels like it just kind of comes and goes. And then the jellyfish is about, the long tentacles. The jellyfish, they flow with the ocean tide. They let go of control. And this is about untangling yourself from maybe a web of emotion that was created. Let's see. I feel like I'm just skimming over the surface. Let's see what some of the other energies are to convey what's going on here in your situation. I do believe that you're going through a very deeply integrated phase between your outer world and your inner world. Because the outer world is really about your pentacle energy, which you are, earth sign, right? Stabilizing in that. And I feel like there's something boosting your confidence. And then with this recent past, it's like, I'm seeing pairs here. We have the pair of the moose and the lion, and then we have 2 pandas, 2 swans, and then a school of jellyfish. This is about your sense of belongingness. That's what it feels like. Let's see what the spirit daughter manifestation energy is for each. Overall general energy, higher wisdom. I am. Yeah, this is grounded presence. Recognizing that it's taken a lot of courage and bravery for you to shed the past, to claim the higher wisdom of your life's journey, right? The never-ending loops. This is the Koru. And it's a beautiful, sacred plant embodiment in the Kiwi culture. And it is symbolic of life's journey. That the journey in and the journey out is ever evolving. Or what is it? It evolves in ever widening loops, right? We got dragonflies flying around as well. That full moon activated something. Your higher wisdom. There's a lot of spiritual growth I'm seeing here currently. It's a recent past, Taurus. Recent past. Ooh, these 3. They all flew up. I'm going to take them because they'll apply to... Oh, no, there's 4. So there's 4 messages here. Recent past, recognizing strength. I'm rooted in my strength. Current energy, release tension. I release and open myself to the flow of life, which is the flow of temperance, right? Letting life flow through you. Beautiful. And then I feel like these 2 want to go with the 5 of Cups. New expression and new love. Ooh, there's 2 things happening at the same time for you. You're releasing almost a sadness or a type of emotional entanglement from your past romantic history here. As you can see, she's like being swirled by the complexity of her emotions. And there's something you're untangling yourself, I think, so you can open up to a new opportunity to express yourself in love. New love. I am open to love in all its forms, and I express myself with magic and confidence. You know what, Taurus? You're definitely expressing yourself in the immediate future with someone, and you could be expressing deep, deep emotions that you maybe haven't expressed to anyone in a while. Maybe there are parts of you that you, in your healing process, that you're really expressing with someone. It feels like you're creating something really deep in this expression. Making the impossible possible. Watching the magic happen. Sometimes when we move on, it activates the old. We're in that in-between state. And it brings up so much to the surface in our hearts. And you're showing me that there's been a lot of grief in your heart. But there's a new expression for new forms of love for you. That I think 2 things can be true at the same time here. You can be sad and hopeful. All right, let's clarify these messages. We're going to now work with the Astro Matrix. I want to see what this higher wisdom is about. What have you learned here? This energy. There's a lot of strength. I mean, this is strong, grounded energy. Like you're in your Taurian embodiment here. You're more yourself in the second half of October than maybe perhaps you have been in a while. Yeah. You're claiming some sort of victory the second half of October. Feeling like there's some sort of proud moment. I mean, these are both cards of feeling victorious and strong because of it. your inner resilience. There was a lot of courageousness that I think you expressed to the universe. Wow, this is gorgeous energy, Taurus. What else here? These want to come out. Yeah. We have the Wounded Warrior and movement, powerful movement forward. So this victory is around stabilizing after taking a lot of hits, going to battle with somebody, creating distance. It's like the more you distance yourself from your most recent past, the better you're feeling. And it's a day-by-day process. There's something that you're looking out at the distance and you're kind of like, what is this going to bring? What is that ship about? Who's on that ship? Is it going to be what I wanted to manifest? It's like you kind of are like, can I manifest the impossible here? Some sort of questioning that you're doing here. It feels deeply contemplative, but in a very grounded way. Not in a, I'm reaching for something outside of myself to make sense of my path. It's all coming from within you. You're healing wounds, and there's a lot of new growth. Look at all this fire. Look at that. I mean, you see all the shoots off those wands? That's a lot of wands. We have the 6 plus the 9. That's 15, right? Then add 3. That's 18. That's 9. You're completing some sort of cycle at this time in your fire energy. If I didn't know any better, that this last experience, whatever your wand energy set your course, what it taught you was to recognize your own inner strength, Taurus. And that you can be rooted in that no matter what the tides bring in when it comes to what you're feeling. You're flowing with it, basically. This is beautiful work. Let's see this King of Wands energy in the past. Death, rebirth, yeah. Powerful transformation. This higher wisdom, the I am that I am. I am rooted in my strength. Wow, Taurus, you're conveying a lot of self-acceptance, self-knowledge. Wow. And you know what? And it comes at a price. Ooh, higher wisdom comes at a price, right? Of what we needed to sacrifice, what we needed to release. Okay? There's something that you fought for that in the end you knew you had to let go of. And out of this ending, I think you becoming more and more a feeling of relief is washing over you. You walked away from a fight. And it's almost like, the more you invested in something, it became more and more incongruent and the more grief it caused. Because you start to realize, oh, crap, I've really invested in something that is actually creating a lot of internal conflict. And I've got to be strong enough to go through this ending. And you've been reinforcing your own internal strength. It still bubbles up, though. This is something that probably you have these, I'm feeling like these soul echoes that come and go. Honor that. Honor what you've had to walk away from and what you've had to release emotionally. That's recent past. We have a new beginning here in the current energy. The Fool. Knight of Cups. This new love is like here. Hello. What? Hello. You're even like, hello. Is this going to flow? Is this going to match? Is this what I called in? There's some kind of new beginning that is allowing you to kind of, it's like, for some reason, this interaction, this person coming towards you, it has such a stamp of balance. And, as you can see, she's just like on the proverbial, universal swing. Just la, la, la. It really is like this. There's some sort of flow happening between you and somebody coming towards you that is allowing you to release the tension and go, wow, I'm going to flow with this. I'm going to flow with this and see what happens. The Fool, the Knight of Cups. I think you're ready for a new adventure. You're ready for a new adventure. New expression of new love. I'm seeing someone bringing you a cup. Their cup of love. Like, I got you, Taurus, I'm coming. Look at it. My heart is open. Here's my heart. So sweet. This person has good intentions. Oh, well, you're going to stress about it. Be careful bringing in past hurts, past worries, past tensions. Woo. Knight of Swords, Emperor, the Moon. I think the issue here is that you need to go slow. And just let it flow. Because if you start to rush it and just jump all in, there's something about you recognizing that what you learned, the higher wisdom, you need to bring that into this current situation. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Page of Swords. Two of Pentacles. So yeah, you could be in King of Swords. You could have a tendency, Taurus. Spirit is showing you, like, that in order for you to feel open and ready, it's about grounding in your own energy and staring into the eyes of the things that scare you, embracing those fears. They're going to come up. They're going to come up. So I think that what's going on here in the current energy is as you are opening up to this new energy in your life and you're starting a new adventure, all of the stress and all of the worry that you've been carrying is starting to recede and drain out of you. And you might have a tendency to be like, WTF, like, can I trust what is happening to me? It's almost like you're like, wait a minute. I'm so used to stressing out about whether something's right or wrong or whether it's going to be balanced or like it's almost like you don't know how to just like let go. So be careful taking up any new experience that is marked by the spirit of adventure, innocence, love, open-heartedness, going with the flow. Be careful not taking that up to the mind, because then you're not going to be flowing in your heart anymore. You're going to be interfering your mind with that energy where it doesn't belong. Interesting. There's something that you're learning about what you've learned from the past and applying that in the present. And what you're currently learning right now in the overall general energy. Let's go into the immediate future. Whoa. I'm going to take that. There's some sort of bridge. I just heard the word bridge because one card fell out right here and then a bunch fell out that are face up. So there's a bridge in your vulnerability headed towards, and the two face up I can see is the Hermit and the Lovers. So there's a decision going on right now of you coming out of Hermit mode and going, ooh, I got a choice to make, a new choice to make. What's this bridge? You've been blocked off. You haven't been connecting with your heart because of the sadness. There's something that you kind of sealed off, that you got someone coming in and like bringing their heart, right? And then that is actually hitting up against your heart and you're like, oh God, I'm opening it. And there's some stuff in there. And you're like, oh no, there's good and like, I wouldn't say bad, but there's hurt, there's pain in there. And so I think that you're looking at the ways in which you've been a little disconnected, right? And you're at also a crossroads here in this bridge moment between, okay, I have like a conscious choice that I can make in this to really open my heart in this situation. And I'm going to have to address everything that I've stored in there. And what's underneath, it's almost, there are two piles here. And it feels like this choice you're making is whether you want to commit to something, all right? Really go down the road in a new connection and commit to it. It's a choice. And to come out of your hermit mode, yeah, Page of Wands, 10. This new expression of new love is marked by emotional fulfillment and a lot of spiritual depth and a lot of playfulness. It perhaps could be everything that you've wanted, Taurus. I think that you have an important decision to make the second half of this month, whether to pursue this or not, and to access the parts in your heart that you may have sealed off from sharing that part of you with someone. This person, it's almost like the connection is like, oh, I can't really hide this part of myself from this individual. And it's kind of like, there's something about you probing, shining your light into the darkness right now and looking at this situation and going, well, I want to play. I want to dance. I want to twirl. I want my heart to come out. And I think that you are. I think that you're going to make a choice the second half of this month is to come out of this place in your heart where you just said, you know what? I'm just no. No, I'm going to work on my work. It's all about, my career achievements. I got beat up the last time. There was distance between you and your heart. But this person's awakening something within you. And I think that there's going to be waves here of emotionally untangling yourself from your past romantic history. This is new. It's marked by depth, playfulness, stability, security. Try not to block the flow. Spirit is saying you have access to that right now as long as you don't take it up into the mind and place all kinds of worries and doubts there. Truly, this is something that is inspiring your spiritual core and bringing you out of this place that you sealed off, perhaps from even yourself. It's interesting how we can meet new people and they inspire us to reveal to our own selves who we truly are in ways that we couldn't without them in that interaction. So there's some sort of dance going on here. And I think there's a lot of potential in this. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, Taurus. Interesting. You're at the beginning of something. And I think it's hard. It's hard, right? It is hard because it's about laying down the burden of the past in this fool's energy and going towards things that are stable for you. Yeah, I think it's because you in the past committed to things that at the end of the day, you didn't realize that it was an unhealthy situation. And see, sometimes in the beginning, we don't know. We go with our best of intentions, right? But see, you're manifesting from your chariot energy, coming out of a stagnancy. It's something you've been working on manifesting for a long time. 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. My goodness. What's under the 10 of Pentacles? I'm just curious here. The Judgment and the Sun. Yeah. I think you know what to do, Taurus. I think you know what to do. Don't stress about the things that feel natural. Okay? Don't take it up to your mind. I think that's the advice. Go with the flow. It's the advice, Spirit. The Hermit. The King of Wands. Yeah. I think this past energy, you could have been dealing with a fire sign in the past or someone that was pretty fiery. I think that you're still leaving that behind. I think, there's some sort of like past, present, future going on within you and you're right dead center in the middle where you're looking back at the past and you're still trying to sift through it, right? And what the impact that it had on your psyche and in your awareness of self and your heart. And I think that Spirit said too here that keep going within. You've got something that's lighting you up that you're headed towards. A new attraction. Something that is igniting your fire. It feels like a very spiritual fire. And you're moving toward a safer shore. Whenever I see the Six of Swords, it's really about moving to calmer waters. Going to a whole new place. It's almost like Spirit is saying that this is something that you really, really desire And it's marked by independence. It's a deep attraction, but you're also going to maintain your own independence, which the Hermit energy is you being able to still focus on your own spiritual work, your own self. And maybe that's what was lost in the past. You might have gotten yourself lost and entangled in situations where it slowly eroded who you really are in certain ways because you were adapting to someone else's wants and needs. This is different. This is very different this time. All right, interesting reading. The door is open. The door is open, Taurus. It's up to you. It truly is. Keep releasing that tangled web of emotions that your past brought. It's safe to express it. Let's see what the spirit animal final message is. That's not it. Sorry, that was my bad. I could tell. That wasn't it. I don't even know what that was. There it is. Chameleon spirit. Act as if with the cat underneath, which is about independence. Claim your independence. Yeah. There's some sort of emotional emancipation going on, and you're perfectly poised right now to dance into a new adventure, taking with you all the lessons of the past. All right, let's see. Number 14, the chameleon spirit. Chameleon spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing, and you're required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. Feeling sensitive? Good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt to your environment and the people in it, while at the same time maintaining your integrity and inner equilibrium. That's exactly what I was feeling. Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, chameleon spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. This is a fortunate time to act as if and do as others do until the new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Life is offering you a great lesson now, Taurus. Adapting isn't about losing yourself. It's about learning how to dance with others. Oh my God, that's exactly what this is. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I'm going to read that again. Adapting isn't about losing yourself. It's about learning how to dance with others. That feels like that's complete, okay? Remember, this is about claiming your independence when it comes to new expressions of love, Taurus. Wow. The door is open. Pure intention can open doors in the universe and make the impossible possible.